System updates and repos. Repo stands for repositories. This is a very important lesson for installing new packages to your systems. So there are two major commands that are used in system updates and repos installation. Is the first one is yum. Yum command is mostly used in CentOS or in Red Hat environment, whereas apt-get is another similar command that is used in other Linux distribution servers. Yum command installs a package from the repositories that are defined in your Linux system. Those repositories, those configuration files, has the URL link for repositories. So when you run yum, it's telling the system go online with this URL and get the package that I'm asking you to install. So in other words, yum does need an internet access to go online and install a package to your system. Then the next command we have is RPM. RPM stands for Red Hat Package Manager. Now RPM of course was first developed by Red Hat and is still in use by Red Hat, but nowadays many other Linux distributions have carried over the same command RPM. They never changed it. Now what's the purpose of RPM? Before I tell you about RPM, let me tell you a difference between RPM and yum. This way it will be much easier for you to understand what RPM is. RPM is used when you already have a package downloaded in your system, and then you could install it locally by running the command RPM. Now whereas yum does all the things for you. It downloads the package, it installs the package as well. So RPM is mostly used in an environment where they don't have internet access. So let's get into our Linux machine. I will try out both of these commands. Okay, I am logged into my Linux machine as root. Which directory I'm in root directory, and there are different commands, and of course what is my host name? My host name is my first Linux machine, Linux OS. Of course now we know we are not in the wrong system. When you are installing packages, please also make sure run a host name so you don't install packages to a wrong system. Okay, so now the first command that we will learn is yum. If I wanted to install a package, let's say NTP, all I have to do is type yum install NTP. It will go outside to the mirrors or wherever the URL has been specified, and it will look for our NTP package. Now before it goes outside, it looks for within its own system and see whether the NTP package has been installed already or not. In this case, I try to install NTP package, and what happened? It says NTP package has already been installed with the latest version, so nothing to do. Okay, perfect. So I don't have to install it. I don't have to update it. Now, what about if I wanted to install Apache, and Apache package name is HTTP? It will do again the same thing, and if I have the package installed, it will give me the same message that it gave me before. It says no package HTTP available. I believe it's HTTPD. Okay, yes, same message, HTTPD, CentOS already installed and with the latest version. Okay, so now before we go ahead and try a third package to install, I wanted to check if that package has already been installed in my system or not. And to check that, I have to run the command rpm minus, which is the option, Q for query, query all the package that I have installed in my system with -a with A option. When you hit enter, it went into my list of packages that are installed. It is giving me every single packages. Of course, there's so many of them. What if I wanted to know how many packages I have installed? I will do simply wc -l. This will give me the total number of packages that are installed. Of course, wc -l in this case is not actually counting the packages. It's actually counting the lines, the output of rpm -qa. This is telling me there are 1,350 packages installed. Now I wanted to install a package for DNS. Now before I install a package for DNS, I wanted to check if that package is installed. So I'll do rpm -qa grep, and the package that needs to install associated with the DNS, it's called bind. I'll do rpm -qa and grep for bind only, and you will see here it has the bind libraries, key binds, bind libraries, bind license, rpc bind, and bind utilities. So there is no package with just bind. So it means I don't have DNS installed. So what I will do is I will install by running the command yum install bind. When I hit enter, now it's doing the same thing. It's going outside on the internet to all the repositories that are defined in my configuration files. And it's coming back with the package saying, hey, I found this package called bind, and its architecture version that I find, which matches to your system, is 64-bit. The version that you will be installing of bind is this. Repositories is the updates repository, and the size is 1.8 megabyte. The transaction summary is right here. Install one package. Total download size is going to be 1.8 meg. So I'll go ahead and it will say, is it okay? I'll say yes. Go ahead and install that package. And if you see the progress, depending on the speed of your computer, how fast it is connected to the internet, that's what matters in doing the download and install. So right now, if you see, the yum is doing two things for us. One, it's downloading the package. Once it's completed downloading, then right here, it's installing the package. It's installed. Once it's installed, it verified it, and it has confirmed that it has installed the package. Now, how do I verify again manually? By running the command rpm -qa grep or bind. Okay, and now this time you will see right here, yes, the fourth line. This one is just simply bind without any libs, license, or any other extra packages that needed for bind. So yum also installs any dependencies, meaning if there is any other packages that is required with this package, it does it for itself. Whereas rpm, if you have one rpm package, when you run the command, it will tell you, hey, I don't have that dependency, so you have to install that package as well. So to go back to our rpm command, to install a package, you have to use the command rpm -ihv, or you could change that to hiv, whichever the way you want, space the location of your RPM. So if you have downloaded your RPM in, let's say, temp, then you will specify /temp/package, whatever the name of the package is, and usually the package ends with .rpm. Then when you run this command, it will install that package for you. Now you could also do RPM -e to remove a package. So let's say if I wanted to remove this package, bind, the one we just installed. So I will have to type here now bind Our package is not, sorry, I did some kind of mistake. So RPM minus E, let me see if I could copy and paste. Should be able to do that. Yes, copy and paste. It's gone. Now can I verify it? RPM minus QA, graph for bind. Okay, you see it's not there. So what do we do now? If I wanted to install it back, I will do yum install bind. Click yes to install it. Yes, it is downloading again, same process, and it's downloading. Now you probably be thinking, hey, didn't it download when we did the same command before? Yes, it did download, but yum is very smart tool. What it does, it downloads, it installs, it verifies, and it also cleans up your download. So your space, this space is used more efficiently. So it doesn't keep the old downloads on your system. Okay, so now the download is completed. Let's check again if we have the package. Yes, we do have the package, and package is right here, the first one. Now we use the RPM minus E command to remove that package. Now we could also do yum remove bind. And it will do the same thing as if I would do RPM minus E. So it says remove one package. Yes, go ahead and remove it. There you go. So it's gone. So anyway, guys, I hope you know now that how RPM and yum command works. You will be working a lot with these two commands if you're going to be in a system administration capacity.